So my role begins with this guy. I do not remember his name, but I remember him being a very good opponent. He was the first person I rolled with in Malaysia. Did not know anything about his style, so started off nice and lightly. I didn't want to do anything crazy and just go full out straight away, because otherwise I didn't want to be that asshole. But then again, I went for the head a few times and he gets out pretty easily, and he was really relaxed on the floor. So I feel like he could be a leg locker, which just wait and you'll find out. So now he gets bored of me just standing up. He sits up, grabs my leg and takes me down pretty easily. And I thought, this is just not good. It's not a good look. But I push his head down, I spin around. Never sure what position this is, but I feel comfortable when I get some head control, so I can start working my triangles, my guillotines. Triangles, guillotines, and darts, those are my main go-to attacks. So there I went for the triangle. I got into the mounted triangle, but we bumped into some other people, so we had to reset. And I really hate resetting into a position. I would rather just start again, because I feel like I can never get the exact position. So here I get the triangle. He flips me over a little bit too easily, if I'm honest. So that was not a good look from me. But I almost hit this triangle, and he steps over my head. At this point, I don't know what to do, because I'm in a vulnerable position, so I have to let it go, try and make something happen. I sit up, try to go for his back, but I'm just so slow, I'm lazy, and he turns into me. That could have changed the course of the roll, but it is what it is. So right about here, things start to go downhill. He gets my ankle, and I don't know if he's gonna go for a heel hook or not, because I never spoke about it. I said I'm a white belt, I don't know what belt this guy is, but as soon as he started touching my heel, I started freaking out. So I roll. I know I should have probably tapped if I really thought he was gonna go for a heel hook, but it was too early to tap. My ego was still on the line, which is stupid, but it was. So I do my best to try and get out of it here. But look at this, he gets me into a calf slicer. This has never happened to me before, and it hurt a lot. It hurt at night as well, so I had to tap. That was really clean, really nice submission from him. So start again. I'm aware of this now, so I just try to stay on his upper body, don't leave in my legs, go for the some head attacks again, go for the triangle, just rinsing and repeating the same thing basically. So here I'm struggling for his arm, and I think he's gonna step over my head, because that is what he did last time. So I'm just trying to anticipate that, and almost does, but not quite. And here we have 10 seconds left, and I just managed to tap him. So that was very close, and that was the end of the round. That was a great start, and I'm glad I managed to make a small comeback. I do want to apologize for the camera angles. It's only just one, so you can't see all the intricate details, because I don't have a cameraman, and I didn't want to ask anybody to film, because everybody was rolling, so I didn't want to interrupt that flow. So on to my second roll with Malaysia's white belt ADCC champion. It was awesome to roll with this guy. He was 74 kg, and I've never seen somebody his weight with arms like his. His biceps were enormous. So I anticipated some strength, and I thought his stand-up was gonna be good, which it was. It was much better than mine. Mine is not really developed, so I tried to do some crap fighting with my hands, go for an ankle pitch, that's the only takedown I know. So I'm very wary of what he's gonna do. So we start off pretty lightly, he's really chilled, really relaxed, and go for the head pull. Doesn't work, gets out of it quite easily. So here I pull him down. This is more my thing, okay? On the floor, jiu-jitsu. I'm not good at wrestling, so I feel good here, but look, he steps around, picks up my foot, and I'm thinking, oh God, not again. It's my one leg, always gets picked up. So I try to go for a Kimura, and I sit down, drop my weight so he just can't throw me or anything. But he doesn't quite get the single leg takedown, because I can control his arm and his head. And now I feel ready to go for a triangle, which, as you probably know by now, is my favorite thing to go for. But he's defending his arm really nicely. I can't do much, so I'm just working the same thing. Yeah. So my failed triangle becomes sort of an over-underpass position for him, because he's got one arm under my leg, the other on the other side, my other leg. But he gets up, he stands up, and there's not much I can do from here. He's got a lot of pressure on my face, so the best I can do is close up my legs and try to keep him away. I don't really want to I don't want him to stand up. Here I thought I knocked off his head guard, but it was all good. We reset in guard, and then in the end it doesn't go anywhere, so we just start again. The only effective thing I found was pulling his head down multiple times, so he would actually drop his head. But then again, I wasn't bold enough to do anything from there. So he just, look at that, just sends the double leg, and I crumble so easily. I don't know what the hell happened and why I dropped like that, but there was like no resistance in me, which is not good, because that was easy. I think this is a technique thing from him. So here he grabs my legs with his legs, clamps them up, I wriggle them free, and now I go for the triangle again. It's the only thing I can rely on at this point, because I find going for a dart with somebody with a big upper body, it's a lot harder, especially when they're stronger than me. I will probably burn out my arms because I haven't got the technique mastered. But here, I get the triangle, and unfortunately you cannot see it, but I do get an arm bar as well. So it isn't the triangle that taps him, it is an arm bar. So now we have some time left in the round, we have another roll. He gets another pretty clean takedown by one leg. I control his head and start working for another triangle. This time I'm trying to get onto his back, so I've got some major elevation, and from here I start working for his neck. But one of my weakest things in jiu-jitsu, probably shouldn't be sharing this, is my back attacks. I know like getting on someone's back is the most superior position, but when I'm on your back, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good with rear naked chokes, especially if the person's really experienced. So it's never gonna happen. That was the end of the round. Grateful to roll with this guy, really awesome, and I hope to roll with him again. So I'm around, he'll be around. So yeah, more drilling with somebody like him, it's very good for me. So this begins my round with the coach. So he is a judo practitioner, but he is a purple belt, and I think he runs one of his own gyms. I'm not too sure. But it was nice to roll with this guy because his stand-up is really good and his groundwork is very good as well. So here I start looking for like a Kimura sweep, but he knows what I'm doing because he keeps his elbow really tight, so nothing is really working. And my legs, my half guard right now is pretty weak, so there wasn't much I could do to keep him away. And we went out of screen, but here's just a few seconds just to show you that he passed my guard and I was getting destroyed. There was no space, so we reset again, back to standing. So I absolutely love giving people my lead leg. It's not the best habit. So here is an example of where it goes wrong. I should have probably passed around his side, but instead I just give him my leg and I try and attack the head straight away. It's not the most effective form of passing, but it works most of the time. But here it doesn't work. I do get my leg out though, and get the darts, and I try to roll him over. He's pretty strong, so it's not really effective, and he sits back up, so I try to get his back. Here, it's a bit of a scramble if I'm honest. I was gonna try to go for a triangle, then the armbar, but he does what you're meant to do in jiu-jitsu, which is just stand up. At this point, I'm really feeling the humidity. I was not ready to feel this fatigue this early on, because normally I can go for like 6+ rolls back to back and I feel okay. But now it's only been a few and I'm tired and I'm really feeling sick to my stomach. But at this point, I'm just recycling the same moves. He passes my guard almost, but I keep my foot in so he doesn't. Try to get some head control, threaten a guillotine or something, and rapidly try to flick on the triangle, but the bell rings. Great round, very appreciative of rolling with the teacher. Good stuff. So one of the final rolls that I recorded was with my friend Gerald, so I'm staying with Gerald at the moment. Unfortunately, you didn't get the best angle on this one. It's basically 50% matte, so you have to enjoy watching that. Gerald was very fast, faster than I anticipated, so it was a lot of scrambling stuff. He's mainly a judo dude, so his jiu-jitsu isn't that developed, but I gave him a few pointers at the end, so hopefully it keeps him on board. Mainly they were about keeping 2 arms in or 2 arms out, because I did get him in a few triangles. There I just got him in a guillotine, so left his neck unprotected, and I've got to be careful about stand-up. So I did the boring thing, I sat down. I will practice my wrestling, I will practice my stand-up. Here's an example of the triangle. He didn't protect, he just wasn't aware, basically, of when I'm in, when I'm out, which is understandable if you don't really do that. Here, he is feeling me out, very interesting way. I'm feeling him out too. I think he's analyzing me for a throw, but I see his lead leg is forward. I don't know how safe it is to keep my leg on his, but it doesn't go anywhere either. I tried to go for a single leg, didn't work. But when he put too much weight forward, I flick him down, grab his head, roll him over in the guillotine. But unfortunately, the camera falls over. I did get the rear naked choke, so it's a nice ending. Here we go for a back take. And next up is one of the coolest throws ever. I've never been thrown like that before, but that was just such a cool judo throw, and he did it really nicely, and I just tumbled over. Then I had to get my own, got the ankle pick. It's the only throw I know. It's not even a throw, I don't think. It's just an ankle pick, isn't it? But there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and peace out.